Hey, I'm Maggie from the blog Back to the Land Living, and in today's video I wanted to give you guys an update on our off-grid cabin build. So we started building this cabin at the end of the summer, and now that it's winter we've taken a bit of a break on construction, but I thought I'd give you guys an update on how much we have done so far. In my last video I was all about framing up the cabin and everything we did this fall. Since then we've done a few things, so I thought I'd tell you about those and also give you a bit of a tour of what our cabin's like on the inside. If you haven't seen my past videos on our cabin build, our cabin is about 600 square feet on the downstairs. It's not a perfect square, it has some jut outs and things, but it's around 600 square feet down there, and then we have a 400 square foot loft. And so in total we have about 1,000 square feet, so it's not a tiny house, but it's a smaller cabin than most houses in our area. We didn't want our cabin to be too small because we want to be able to live in it for a long time and not get tired of being cramped, and we didn't want it too big because we still wanted to be able to build it ourselves down here off the grid. For building the cabin, we've been using a generator since we have no electricity down here, and that has worked really well for us. And since we're going to be off grid, it'll be good for us to have a generator as a backup once we get our solar installed. So in my last video, the house had been framed up but not quite completed. The front and back end weren't quite boarded in yet. So since then we've completed that. We've finished framing in all the front windows, and we haven't put any windows and doors in yet. We decided just to put some plastic over the windows to keep out the snow this winter, and our goal is to get the doors on soon so we don't have to continue to screw and unscrew a piece of plywood to get in. But so far that's what we've just been doing, just to keep the snow out. The roof we finished as well. We just used galvanized steel for our roofing, and we finished that up before the snow came, which was really good. So on the whole cabin we've put some house wrap on it just to protect the wood from the snow, since we don't have the siding on yet, which we'll be doing next summer. So let's go check out the inside of our cabin. Our cabin, it's into where our living room is going to be. Right now it's still obviously a construction site since we're not finished building, but this is where our living room will be. And then on the right side when you come in, this is where the wood stove is going to be. It's going to go up here, up to upstairs. Side when you come in, it's going to be the staircase, so it's going to go upstairs from the corner in the front up to the loft. And right now we just have a ladder here because we don't have the staircase built yet, so we're just using that to get up into the loft. But that's where our staircase is going to go. And then back behind, underneath of the loft, is where there's going to be one of the bedrooms in the house, and then also the bathroom. So let's head back there. So just under the loft there'll be a wall, and that's where the bedroom's going to be. It's just going to be a smaller bedroom. We want to have one bedroom on the main floor just in case we want to live here when we're old and we can't go upstairs or something happens and we want a bedroom downstairs. So we're going to have a small bedroom in this back corner. And then just under the front part of the loft is where the dining room table is going to go, which will be a part of the living room. And then on the right side of the cabin, here will be our kitchen. It's in the jutted out area of our cabin. It's going to be a full kitchen with a fridge and a stove and everything. We've been living in apartments for a while now, and we're very excited to have a full-size oven. Well, it's not quite full-size, but it has an oven and a stove, so we're looking forward to that. It's going to be propane since we're off the grid, and our fridge will be run by our solar panels. So that is what's going to be back in here. And then on the far side here of the kitchen, there's going to be a little door that's already framed in, and that's going to go into a small pantry. Right now it's just one big room in this back corner, and that's going to be the bathroom, but there's going to be a wall up, and it's going to be our pantry as well. Just because we do a lot of homesteading things and growing our own food and canning our own food, we wanted to have a pretty big... Ruby, what are you doing, girl? This is Ruby. So since We do a lot of homesteading stuff, and when we have a lot of canned goods and homemade food, we want to have a pantry to be able to store those things. And so we will have that right here. And we'll also eventually, hopefully, have a root cellar. And that's our plan, to have our root cellar outside to store our vegetables for the winter. And then there'll be a hallway here since the bedroom's on this side. And this is our back door, which we'll probably mainly use the back door. Out you go, Ruby. Out you go. You're making noise with your little paws. So behind me we have where our bathroom is going to be, and in our bathroom we're going to have a tub and a sink like normal, and we'll have our wash machine back there and our toilet. Our toilet is going to be a composting toilet since we're off grid and we have no septic. Our water for the sink and the bathtub are going to be coming from a tank we have upstairs. I'll show you that once we go up into the loft. And then our wash machine is going to be run off solar panels, so we'll likely be only doing wash at noon when there's lots of sun. And then this is our back door, which we'll probably use most of the time for coming in and out. And one thing we really wanted to have was it to be covered, because we get quite a bit of snow here in Canada. And so we have our back door covered up with a little ease so that we can come in and not get all covered in snow when we come in the house. And we also have a little tiny closet out there. Since it's a pretty open cabin, we wanted to have a place that we could put our barn clothes and our homesteading clothes, like our overalls and things like that, outside in the summertime, so that it keeps the stink out of the cabin. So that's one little feature I'm excited about. And so that is our whole downstairs of our cabin, and now we're going to go up to the loft and check that out. So now we're up here in the loft of our cabin, which is about 400 square feet roughly. And we have the front section of the loft is going to be open to the downstairs. We just thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of open area to be able to look out at the view. And we also wanted a little spot that's kind of like a little library. So this wall here, that's the wall into the main bedroom. It's going to be a big bookshelf. So that's what the loft is going to be. The staircase comes up right behind me here. And this is the door into the main bedroom. So there's actually 3 bedrooms in our cabin. There's the main bedroom up in here, which is going to be the master bedroom. Then there's the smaller bedroom downstairs, which we're probably going to use as a den when we first move in. And then a very tiny little bedroom that's about the same size as our closet that's up here behind the camera. So I'll show you in the main bedroom, and then we'll check out the little bedroom and the water tank, which is also going to be in the back corner of the loft. So this is the master bedroom. It's going to have a bit of an angled roof because our walls in this room and upstairs are only 5 feet high, and then the roof starts. So we have one large window, and then we have one smaller window on the side because we want a bit of a cross breeze since there's going to be no air conditioning in our cabin, so that in the summer it doesn't get too hot up here. And then on the right side of the bedroom is going to be where our closet is, but also where our water tank is. So we still have to finish up the door frame for this. Right now they're pretty low, but we just have a little bit more work to do to make them a normal door frame. And in here is where we're going to have our clothes and things. There'll be a wall about halfway of this whole section, and behind me will be where there's a little tiny bedroom, and then on this side will be where our closet is. But this water tank here is actually going to be over in the far corner, and then we'll have our closet around the water tank. I'm not exactly sure how big this water tank is, but I'll put it on the screen so that you know. But this water tank came from the water treatment plant that my dad works at. They had an old tank, and on the inside you probably can notice it's a lot of black, but it's just because some of the carbon buildup. So they were getting rid of it, they were replacing it, and so instead of it being thrown out, my dad brought it home for us. So we've just been taking a sander and sanding off the black carbon on the inside, and so it'll be safe for drinking water, because that's actually what it was used for, is for mixing the chemicals and things that are already in the drinking water system. So we're super happy about this find. It is going to be set up in the corner, and then we're going to have it hooked up to all the water. So all the taps in our house are pretty close to this side of the house. We did it that way so that it would be easy for the plumbing and not too far from our tank. When we set it up and get everything all hooked up, I'll do a video on our water system here in the cabin, since we're not going to be having any hooked up to any well or anything. We're hopefully going to be doing mostly rainwater collection, and then we'll probably be trucking in for now our water from either a family members well, or from another source, a spring or something, in the wintertime. So we'll do a video on that and let you know how it works out. And then now we're gonna go and check out this room, which there'll be a wall here. So we'll go out and come in the normal entrance for this little tiny bedroom. So this little room is going to be in the front of our cabin, and it is going to be a small bedroom, like a guest bedroom. It's going to be big enough for a single bed. It has a little closet, and we stole some of the room from our bedroom to make the closet for this bedroom. So it will fit a bed and maybe a bookshelf, and we have a little window here just for safety and also to have light in this room. And so that's what this little room is going to be. Personally, this is my favorite room so far in the house because I love a good cozy little room. So I'm excited to see how it turns out. So that's how much we have done of our off-grid cabin so far. We're going to have lots more videos coming up about our build and how our cabin comes together. So if you want to see videos like that, we'd love to have you subscribe and follow us along. If you have any questions about our cabin, you can leave them down in the comments and we'll do our best to get back to you. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!